अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। तेभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः। शुक्लां ब्रह्मविचारसारपरमाम् आद्यां जगद्व्यापिनीं वीणापुस्तकधारिणीम् अभयदां जाड्यान्धकारापहां हस्ते स्फाटिकमालिकां विदधतीं पद्मासने संस्थितां वन्दे तां परमेश्वरीं भगवतीं बुद्धिप्रदां शारदाम्। Hari Om, Namo Namaha, salutations to all. Last time we have seen the conversation between Ghatotkacha and Dhritarashtra. As Ghatotkacha, he enters as an emissary from Pandava's side or of Shri Krishna. And we have stopped there, so let us continue just for a recap. Tata pravishati Ghatotkacha. So Ghatotkacha enters. Actually, almost at the middle of this one act play, there is an entry of Ghatotkacha. So actual Duta Ghatotkacha starts from here. What he says? Prayami saubhadra vinasha chodita didrukshuradhyarimanarya chetasam vichintayan chakradharasya shasanam yatha gajendronkushashankito balim. Ghatotkacha, he narrates the purpose of his arrival over there. So what he says, Saubhadra Vinasha Choditaha. So the first word, Saubhadra, Subhadrayaha Putraha Puman. Vinasha means what? His destruction. And Chodita means impaled. So I am impaled by Saubhadra's destruction. That Ghatotkacha says. And that's why Aham Prayami. So I am going there. So actually he narrates. So why I am going there? Aham Prayami, for this purpose. And Didrukshuradhya arim anarya chetasam. So Didrukshuhu. So it's like in a desiderative form. So I am drashtum ichuhu. I am very desirous of seeing those whom arim. Arim means to my enemies. But what sort of enemies? Anarya chetasam. Arya means what? That is respectable. But anarya means what? Like dishonorable, ill-mannered, that sort of arim, didrukshuhu. So I am going with the desire of seeing all these ill-mannered whom my enemies. And what he says? Vichintayan chakradharasya shasanam yatha gajendraha ankusha shankitaha balim. Now, Ankusha Shankitaha, suspicious of Ankusha. What is this Ankusha? It's a hook just to drive an elephant. So, what he is explaining, Vedānta, now today, why I am going over there, for what purpose? That, thinking that, Vichintayan, Yatha Kashchit Gajendraha, Ankushat Sashankaha, Swaharam Grahitum Prayati, Tatha eva Ahamapi Shri Krishnasya Ajnaya Shatrum Drashtum Gacchami. So, he is giving some upama to himself. That is, it is in a upama alankar. What he says, that impelled by killing of Saubhadra. Here he doesn't say Draupadeya. Saubhadra is important over here. Subhadrayaha Putraha Puman. Obviously, he is Subhadra's son. So, thinking why Gajendraha Ankushat Sashanka. Gajendraha Gajanam Indraha. So the excellent elephant among all the elephants, but he is suspicious of the Ankusha of what? His Mahut. And as he is going to take his daily diet. But here the word is used Balim. Okay. And then likewise, I am also going by what? That here written, Shri Krishnasya Ajnaya Shatrum Drashtum Gacchami. He himself comparing with Gajaraj. Okay. And what is Ankusha? Shri Krishnasya Ajna. command of God Shri Krishna. So what Mahakavi Bhasa, he has shown the helplessness of Ghatotkacha, because even though he is a Rakshasi Suta, son of one demoness, but still, though capable, okay, he is mighty, but he can't do anything on his according to his own accord. Why? Because there is a command of God Shri Krishna. So he is explaining that Ankusha for Gajendra and command of Shri Krishna, they are similar for me. He is controlled by Chakradhara Shri Krishna. So the Chakradhara, so the one who is having this divine disc with him, we have seen the adjective and its meaning also. So though capable, he says like he can't show his demonic spirit. So here the word Ankusha is used, but as well as one more word is used, that is Bali. Why he says about this Bali? Because see, Bali means what, as we all know, it's a religious offerings, okay, an oblation in general. But there are many other meanings for that. This is a sacrifice of an animal or of flesh offered to goddess Durga. Then an animal or one which is fit for an oblation, there are so many meanings. So even a wrinkle, this is like, skin shriveled by old age, that is also called as Bali or Bali. Both the meanings are there. So here many more are there, but still why he uses that word Bali? That even though he is mighty, though he is not cannibal, but he wishes to show his prowess to these enemies. And that's why each and every word, it has been used over there with some proper deep meaning. Then he enters over there, and then here it is written Adho Vilokya, looking down. He looks down. What is it? Idam asyopasthana gruhadvaram yavat avatarami. He says idam. Idam means this. Asya. Asya has some meaning. Upasthana gruha. Upasthana gruha means what? Auditorium. And dvaram means what? Door, entrance. So this is entrance of auditorium, of whom Asya means Duryodhanasya. Actually, in the first line, in the first verse, he says Arim Anarya Chetasam. And that's why, having taken that spirit of enmity in his mind, he wants to convey that he is my Ari now, he is my Shatru now, and that is my enemy. And that's why what he says, that this is the entrance of the auditorium of Duryodhan. He doesn't take his name. He says Asya. Because there must be some discussion among in the camp of this one Pandavas, among all the Pandavas, and they must be discussing about him. So he says Asya. Then Yavat Avatarami. Trutara, actually to float. Avatara means what? To get down. So Yavat Avatarami, so I'll get down. Avatirya, what he says? Getting down. So now Avatirya, then what he says? Atmanaiva Atmanam Nivedaishe. Actually see here, Atmanaiva Atmana Eva, I myself. Atmanam, to myself. Nivedaishe Swaparichayam Dasyami, I'll introduce myself. Now here Mahakavi Bhasa's what speciality we can see, that we have seen already that in Mahabharata of Vedavyas, there is no entry of Ghatotkacha like this way. And actually Mahakavi Bhasa, he is showing the entry. Now what it indicates, that actually in Vedavyas's Mahabharata, Ghatotkacha enters directly on the battlefield. We know that he is fighting with this one Karna. So that is shown over there. Now here Mahakavi doesn't make his entry questionable, okay, by others as in the war. And that's why Mahakavi Bhasa has designed the different plot where Kauravas will be aware that he is what? Ghatotkacha. And wherever like Mahakavi Bhasa, he finds some lacunae over there. So there he tries to sort it out like, yes, so this will be the plan, how he will enter, how he will introduce himself. And accordingly, there is an entry of Ghatotkacha in the camp of Kaurava, okay, and which is exactly designed, planned by Mahakavi Bhasa. So he enters inside and he says, Bho ho. So he addresses that someone will pay attention towards him. So what he says, Bho ho, Haidimbosmi, Ghatotkacho, Yadupater Vakyam Gruhitva Gato, Drashtavyo atra Maya Guruhu, Swacharitaihir Doshair Gataha Shatrutam. Each and every word has some deep meaning over here. First, what he says, Aham Ghatotkacha, but before that he says Haidimbosmi. Aham Haidimbaha Asmi. What is Haidimbaha? Hidimbayaha Putraha Puman. So Hidimbayaha Putraha, Rakshasa Kulotpanna Hidimbasya. So she is a demoness princess, I am her son. So he says, Aham Ghatotkachaha Haidimbaha Asmi. Then Ghatotkacha, he introduces, so my name is, because no one is there to make his introduction over there. So obviously he alone will introduce himself, and that he does, like everything. So he goes according to the, what you can say, that as a prince will behave accordingly. So first sentence is like this way, Aham Haidimbaha. Because this Haidimbaha is going forward Saubhadra. So again, for each and every word, it has some peculiar meaning over there. Then he says, Yadupatehe Vakyam Gruhitva Agataha. Again he uses the word Yadupati. Now see, actually Duryodhana, whenever he used to hear God Sri Krishna's name, used to get very angry. And then what he says, Yadupati. Now who is Yadupati? Yadavanam Patihi. He doesn't take the name Sri Krishna. And like all the Yadav Sena was fighting with what? From Kaurava's side. So they must be aware. So all this Yadu Sena who is fighting from your side, but he is what? King of all those Yadavas. So he, Mahakavi Bhasa, purposely uses this word Yadupatehe Vakyam Gruhitva. Vakya, it's a Sandesha. So Shri Krishnasya Sandesham Athva Vachanam Gruhitva Ahamatra Sampraptaha. I am here having taken the message of, I just want to convey the message of God Sri Krishna to you all. So I have come here after accepting the message of Yadupati Shri Krishna, Yadavanam Patihi. So the message is clear, like from whom he is here, like as an emissary of whom. Now see the next sentence, what he says, Swarachitaihi Doshaihi Shatrutangataha. Now Swarachitaihi Svena Atmana Krutaihi. Atmana Krutaihi what? Doshaihi Aparadhaihi Shatrutangataha. So those who have become enemies because of their own crimes. So again he is taunting them and he is saying that you all have gone, okay, you all are enemies because you have done the crimes, okay, on your own. And te shatru bhavam praptaha, and that's why you all are now enemies. So guruhu maya drashtavyaha. So he is giving importance to himself and he says guru means sreshtaha, maya means Ghatotkachena, and drashtavyaha means darshaniyaha. So these great people should be seen by me. Actually, like I wish to see them. Who are these enemies, like those who have committed such a great crime. So I just want to see my enemies. Okay, in first sentence he says like, I have taken message of, I just want to convey you the message of God Sri Krishna. I am an emissary. But now he says, even my wish is there. I just want to see all those enemies here. So for that purpose, I have come here. Now, after having heard that, Duryodhana, he says in Shardula Vikridita, Ehe pravishasva shatru bhavanam kautuhalam me mahat grushtam shravayamam janardana vacho duryodhanam stitaha. What he says? Ehi, ehi, pravishasva shatru bhavanam kautuhalam me mahat drustam shravaya mam janardana vacho duryodhanoham sthitaha. So having heard what Ghatotkacha has said, like what he says? Ehi, agacha, come. So even in this sentence also we can see the arrogance of Duryodhan. Come, he says. Shatru bhavanam pravishasva. So enter the house of enemies. Now why he says Shatru bhavanam? Actually Duryodhan is like paternal uncle of Ghatotkacha. So now there is Mahakavi Bhasa, he has planned Ghatotkacha's entry and they all know about it. But earlier after Abhimanyu's death, when Duryodhana he was gossiping with Dushasana and Shakuni, what he says? Yato Abhimanyu nidhanat sthiratam virodha. Now our enmity has been fixed. And that's why he is considering himself as his enemy. And that's why they are their enemies. And he says, come on, Shatru Bhavanam Pravishasva, you enter. Here. So opposition between Kauravas and Pandavas is now fixed. So enmity is fixed, and that's why he says Shatru Bhavanam Pravishasva. Actually with poetic liberty, Mahakavi Bhasa, he has written Pravishasva. Actually it has to be Pravesham Kuru. Okay. It's not according to the Paniniya rule, but liberty of poet. So Mahakavi Bhasa has written Shatru Bhavanam Pravishasva. Mahat Kautuhalam me vartate. Now Duryodhana again is coming to the normal tone or maybe sarcastic remark. He says, Mahat Kautuhalam me vartate paramam autsukyam mama manasi vartate. So like, I have a great curiosity and I'm a curious. So who, actually it is Duryodhana, he says. So Duryodhana, no, his enemies prowess everything. And hence curious to know about like what is happening in their camp. There in the sense Pandava's camp. So he says autsukyam, curiosity. Because like if he wants to draw some plan for this purpose, at least after having heard what he says, then only he can compose whatever he wants to do, anything. So that's why he says Mahat Kautuhalam Autsukyam, curiosity, me manasi jayate. Dhrushtam nirbhayam, fearlessly, without any fear. Janardana vachaha, Krishnasya vachaha, mam shravaya. Mam means what? To Duryodhanam. And shravaya, karnagochari kuru. So fearlessly tell me the message of that Janardana. He says, Aham Duryodhanaha sthitaha. So I am here, Duryodhana, and I am ready to listen. So you have to convey me. And that's why that is the conversation between Ghatotkacha and Duryodhana. So Ghatotkacha, he says, Pravishya, having entered. So again they all are showing on the stage itself. So Pravishya, having entered. Ayam atra bhavan Dhritarashtra. Now what he says, oh hey, this is respected Dhritarashtra. Now this is what, having seen Dhritarashtra, whichever the feelings are coming in his mind, that's what he is just like, that expression comes. But again what he says, Anarya shatasya utpadayita. How? Anarya shatasya. Utpadayita means what? Creator, father. And again he uses the word Anarya. So, Anarya, ill-mannered. Shatasya, 100. Oh, this is Dhritarashtra. He is like father of all those 100 ill-mannered sons. He must have heard many things about all the Kauravas. So directly, openly he says. And again see in contradictory another sentence. Ayam nanu lalita gambira kruti visheshaha. Ayam, he, who? Dhritarashtra. Nanu means what? Indeed. Now, Lalita Gambhira Kruti, Lalita Gambhira. We have seen all those characters of heroes like, Dhirodatta. So, Dhira Lalita, Dhira Gambhira, Lalita Gambhira is also there. So what he says is very handsome, but Gambhira means what? Sanyata, balanced. Okay. So indeed, he is what? Handsome and balanced figure. Aho Asharyam. Aho Asharyam. For him, like, how come everything is so much contradictory? So he says, it's a big surprise, it's a big surprise. And that, like, he is talking to himself. And then now he is describing Dhritarashtra. It's in Vasanta Tilaka Vrittam. Vrudyopyannata tavali gruha sanhatansah Shraddheya rupa iva putra shatasya dhrutya Manne suraistridiva rakshana jata shankai Trasan milita mukhutra bhavani srushtaha. See what he says. Vruddha, Jaratha, aged. Api, even though, na atatavali guru sanhatansaha. What he says? Na atatavali. Atata, vistarita, not spread. Vali, in another word is jhurri. So vali is wrinkles. So Jarataha, aged, even though wrinkles are not spread. And tatha guru sanhitau, like mausalau, militau, asau. How is his shoulders are muscular and strong. So actually, having seen Dhritarashtra, he says, oh my God, what a fine appearance of Dhritarashtra. So his fortitude is wonderful. So he is praising, maybe just as a flattering foe, or like he praises, having seen some elderly person from the Kuru dynasty, and just to bow down to him, he is praising him. But he says, next, Shraddheya Rupa eva putra shatasya dhrutya. Putra shatasya, like shata sankhyankanam putranam. So he is having hundreds of sons. Dhrutya dharanena. So having Shraddheya Rupaha eva. So he is like a revered form. Okay, because of having 100 sons. 100 sons. Such a you can say a reverend, respectable figure he is. And that's why he says, okay, even though he is having 100 sons, but he doesn't look old. Okay, he is without any wrinkles. So he just wanted to convey that he is like a very looking like a very young, handsome fellow. So that way he is praising. Maybe this is a custom. Whenever you go in front of a king, you have to praise him. Maybe by this particular intention, having kept this intention in his mind, he must be saying all these things. Or actually, by seeing Dhritarashtra, he just want to salute him, that he is the respectable person in this Kuru dynasty, Kuru clan. So he says so. Then what else Ghatotkacha says about Dhritarashtra? He says, Manne, I feel, Tridivam means Swarga. Amarkosh says like Swarga, Naka, Tridiva. So these deities, gods, where they stay in the heaven. Tasya Rakshane, Palane Jata. Okay, so deities are protecting for their heaven. Okay, they are Utpanna. Shankaihi. So doubt has, doubt appear in their mind. What? Deities had doubt about the protection of the heavenly world. Why? Dhritarashtra kadachit swargam swayatti kuryat iti trasat, iti bhayat. What doubt, what fear? That Dhritarashtra may conquer the heaven, and out of this fear. First he praises Dhritarashtra, he is young, like his muscles are very strong, without any wrinkle. Okay, he is respectable as he is having 100 sons, and having seen his prowess, like deities, like they have some doubt. What doubt? That Dhritarashtra will conquer their heaven. And because of that, what he says, Atra Bhavan, this respected one, this Dhritarashtra, Nimilita Mukhaha hi Srushtaha, by whom? Brahmana. Now what he says, Nimilita Mukham, like Mudrita Netra Yuktam Mukham. His face with closed eyes. He doesn't say that he is blind, but his face with closed eyes means blind. Nishayana, definitely, Brahmana Srushtaha, Brahmadev, he has created him blind only because of that. So he is not saying that he is blind, so he is somewhat inferior. No, that way. Again, he is taking this as a quality that he is not a blind, he is made blind by Brahmadeva out of that fear that he may conquer the heaven. And why? He is so much respectable because he is having 100 sons. He is looking young, okay, and having seen his valor, Brahmadeva must have done this. So that way he praises to Dhritarashtra and says, Iti manne, thus I think. So that way you can see the modest behavior of Dhritarashtra, Ghatotkacha there. So he says, accordingly, Ghatotkacha says about Dhritarashtra that he is old, young, without wrinkle on his face and shoulders are muscular, strong, etc., etc. Then, this is a beautiful utpreksha alankar, that is imagination metaphor. So, after having uttered this verse, upasrutya means blindness of Dhritarashtra is honored so modestly by Ghatotkacha. That's a good example, okay? A good example of a modest behavior. Upasrutya. So, like going near, he says, Pitamaha, O grandfather, Abhivadaye, Ghatotka, ... He doesn't say. Then what he says, Pitamaha, I am greeting you, I am Ghatotka, ... And just saying half sentence, he stops. No, I am Akramaha. So he says, no. This is Akramaha, this is not a proper order. First he goes and says, I am Ghatotkacha, something comes in his mind, and then he says, no, I am Akramaha. Then what he says further? Yudhishtiradayasya me guravo bhavantam abhivadayati pashat Ghatotkachoham abhivadaye. What he says? Yudhishthira adayah cha me guravo. May mine, Guravaha, my elders, whom Yudhishthir, etc. Because he takes, like Yudhishthir is the Jeshta among all the Pandavas, so he just addressing him. What he says, Yudhishthir, etc., my elderly persons, they are saluting you, Bhavantam Abhivadayati, they are saluting you, the respected one, Paschat, after that, Ghatotkachoham abhivadaye. Aham Ghatotkachaha bhavantam abhivadaye. So I am Ghatotkacha, I am saluting you. So everything happens with the proper order, with modest behavior, everything. So he is trying to like show them, or he is trying to accept all the civil life, whatever Nagari sanskars are there, like giving respect to all elderly persons and his paternal uncle, everything. So, as well as though possessed with all the demonic spirits, he shows the characteristics like Pandavas. He shows his ethical mannerism like Pandavas, that he is also a Pandav. And that's why the way he behaves accordingly. Then Dhritarashtra, he listens all these things, and what he says? Ehi putra, ehi putra, oh son, come. So again, he is also his grandson. So he says, Putra, come. It's in now Upajati Vrittam. What he says? Nate priyam dukkhamidam mamapi yadbhratrunashadvyatitastavatma ithanchatenanugato yamartho matputra doshat krupanikrutosmi. Dhritarashtra is consoling Ghatotkacha. What he says? Nate priyam dukkham idam mamapi yad भ्रातृनाशात् व्यथितः तवात्मा इत्थंच ते न अनुगतः अयम अर्थः मत्पुत्र दोषात् कृपणीकृतोऽसि. Okay, we'll just split one word and we'll just find it out what he says. He says, Hey Putra, Ghatotkacha, Bhratru Nashat, Bhrata Abhimanyu, your brother. Tasya Vadhat, so due to the death of Abhimanyu. tava atma vyathitaha. Tava means what? Yours, you, Ghatotkacha. Of Ghatotkacha, Atma, your soul, Vyathitaha is distressed. So he says, Putra, that due to the death of Abhimanyu, your soul is distressed. Because I know he is your brother, Bhratati. Yat tat tasmat karanat te, like tava na priyam, yat tava na priyakaram tat mama api na priyam. Means this sorrow of yours is not dear to you, to mine either. What he says, I know that you are in pain. Likewise, you are in pain only because, why? Because of your brother's death. I am also in pain because of what? My grandson's death. Okay, so that way he says, whichever it is not your priyakaram, even not mine also. So not mine either. And you are suffering, even I am suffering. Reasons are both, but we are suffering for only one person. That Dhritarashtra says. So he is trying to console him. And ittham anena prakarena in this, and thus chate na anugatha ayam artha. Na te. So what he says, ittham, in this way, anena prakarena, you do not even understand this, because I haven't uttered a single word, You are showing your pain, but I am incapable to show my pain. That is like, real agony of Dhritarashtra. So he says, Itham chate na anugataha ayam arthaha. You do not even understand this pain of mine. Why? Mat putra doshat. Okay. So Duryodhanasya aparadhat. And due to the crime of Duryodhana. Now he reveals his secret in front of him, that what he feels about Duryodhana. Krupani krutosmi. Krupanaha. Now actually Krupani kruta means by other people, like he have been reduced to this miserable condition, that he wants to say. Because all the people, those who will hear this, they will blame only to whom? To Dhritarashtra. Because Dhritarashtra is an elderly person and he didn't do anything. So instead of Duryodhana, actually now Dhritarashtra is in miserable condition, that he says. And then actually he is trying to convey his pain to whom? To Ghatotkacha. So Ghatotkacha says, Aho kalyanaha khalvatra bhavana kalyananam prasutim pitamaham aha bhagwan chakrayudhaha. So aho. So he says, with surprisingly he says, aho. Ghatotkacha addresses kalyanaha. So you are like saubhagyashali, very lucky. Khalu, nishayana, indeed you are very lucky, indeed. For what? Atra bhavan. So atra bhavan khalu kalyanaha. Oh, you the respected one, indeed you are very lucky. Why? Kalyananam prasutim pitamaham. Now kalyananam, of auspicious things, something like, just like a riddle is talking to him. So it's something auspicious. Prasutim means your creator, and pitamaham to grandfather. So these are the meanings of these three words. So, O grandfather, you, the father of welfare, to you. So you, the father of welfare, to you, aha Bhagavan Chakrayudha. So God Chakrayudha, God Sri Krishna, he said, why Chakrayudha? Again and again he is using Chakram Ayudham Yasya Saha Chakrayudaha. So many indications are here. So the one whose weapon is divine disc, and using the word Chakrayudha, what Ghatotkacha is indicate, that the valor of God Sri Krishna is divinity. So he says that you are auspicious. Dhritarashtra only listens that. Asana Duttaya. He getting up from the seat, like, and what he says, Kim Ajna Payati Bhagwan Chakrayudha. Kim, what God Chakrapani orders? Kim Ajna Payati. Bhagavan Chakrayudha. What he orders, please tell me. Actually, simple sentence, but action speaks, louder than the words. Actually, in Duta Vakyam, this Dhritarashtra, he is always, Mahakavi Bhasa is always uses the word for Dhritarashtra, Vasudevanugraha Kamshinaha Dhritarashtra. Vasudeva, who is desirous to take the blessings of God Shri Krishna. So Dhritarashtra, actually even he knows like all the sons are of evil characters, but still he feels like if suppose God Shri Krishna gives some blessings on to all his sons, everything will be fine. And that's why always he is Vasudeva Anugraha Kamkshenaha. And that's why, so very in the different gesture, in a very in a hurry, he just getting up from the sit and he says, Kim Ajnapayati Bhagwan Chakrayudah Kim Ajnapayati. So he is eager, to hear what Sri Krishna's every word. So that way, even Ghatotkacha addresses him, Kalyananam Prasuti. So he feels like, I am a creator of auspicious things. So something will the children, my children, they will survive. So that also question arises in his mind and he is so happy. So for him, this is an auspicious sign for Dhritarashtra. Now, what he says, Dhritarashtra says, no. He firmly says no, Ghatotkacha, no. Asanasthainaiva bhavata shrotavyaha janardanasya sandeshaha. So here Ghatotkacha is showing his ethical mannerism, how to salute, how to respect our elderly persons. So he says, no. Asanasthaina eva. Okay, so by sitting on the sit itself, bhavata, by you the respected one, janardanasya sandeshaha shrotavyaha. You listen to the message of Janardana. So you are not supposed to get up from your seat. Just sit down. Firmly says, no. Thrice he says, no. You just sit down and listen. So Dhritarashtra says, Yada Ajnapayati Bhagwan Chakrayudha. Okay, Upavishati Vasudeva Anugraha Kamkshenaha Saha. He says, yes, as God Chakrayudha orders, and he sits. Then Ghatotkacha says, it's like a very big passage is given over here. Pitamaha Shruyatam. So, O grandfather, please listen. Then what is pain of this one, Arjuna? Okay, so he conveys the message of Shri Krishna. So how Arjuna is crying, he is lamenting, that way he says, Pitamaha Shruyatam. Ha vatsa Abhimanyu, ha vatsa Kurukula Pradeepa, ha vatsa Yadukula Pravala, tava jananim matulascha mamapi parityajya pitamaham drashtum ashaya swargam abhigatosi pitamaha. Pitamaha swargam abhigatosi. Pitamaha ekaputra vinashat arjunasya tavadi idrushi khalu avastha ka punarbhavato bhavishyati tatah kshipram idanim atmabaladhanam kurushva yatha te putra shoka samuttito agnihi na dahet pranamayam havihi iti. Such a big sentence he says. Now let us see one by one. What he says, Pitamaha Shruyatam. O grandfather, please listen. Arjuna is crying and he conveys the message of Shri Krishna. He says, what Arjuna says, Ha vatsa Abhimanyu, O dear son Abhimanyu. Ha vatsa Kurukula Pradeepaha. So, O dear lamp or hope of Kuru clan. So, you are the only hope of Kuru clan. Ha vatsa Yadukula Pravalah. Oh dear, You are the scion of Yadukula, Yadu dynasty. And tava jananim matulaha cha mamapi parityajya, having left or leaving your mother. Tava jananim, your mother Subhadra. Then matulaha cha, and your maternal uncle Sri Krishna, mamapi parityajya. Mam to me means what? Arjuna, okay, to your father. Where you have gone? Pitamaham drashtum ashaya swargam abhigatosi. Okay, so what he says, leaving your mother, your maternal uncle, and to me, you have gone to heaven, okay, with the hope of seeing your grandfather, that is Indra. So that is in the first, what you can say, the paragraph he says. So it's taking the name of all those, what you can say, is nearer, okay, nearer and dearer one, his mother, father, and his maternal uncle. And where he has gone to Indra. So previously we have seen with the Rupa Kalankar, how the meteors are falling there, they just teardrops of Indra. So that's why the word used over here, that you have gone to see your grandfather Indra. Then he says, Ekaputra vinashat Arjunasya tavat idrushi khalu avastha. So this is the grief of Arjun, okay, due to the destruction of one son. Ka punaha bhavataha bhavishyati. So he is giving him the warning, okay, then what will be your condition if you lose all your 100 sons? So that way he is just telling me, just see, only one child has gone. This is the avastha, condition of Arjuna. You better think of your all 100 sons. So you have to save their lives. So just think of that. And then he says, Tataha. What you have to do? Kshipram idanim atma baladhanam kurushva. So think now. And you must return your army. Okay? Whatever your all armies are there. So that fire has arisen due to the bereavement, the shock of your sons does not burn your soul. So that warning he gives to him. Then Dhritarashtra, what he says? Sakrodha vyavasayena Krishnena etaddudarutam pashyami vahi gandivi sarva kshatravade dhrutaha. As if he is observing what will be, what is going to happen in the future, okay? And what he says, Sri Krishna Sandesham Shrutva Dhritarashtra Ghatotkacha Kathayati. So having heard the message of Sri Krishna, Dhritarashtra says to Ghatotkacha. Let us split one word. Sakrodha Krodhena Saha Yatha Syat Tatha. With anger. Sakrodha Tadrushaha Vyavasayaha Tena. Sakrodha Vyavasayena. What is this? Consciously with anger. What is this? In a fit of anger. Krishnena. Means what? Vasudevena. By Krishna. Etat vachaha udarhutam kathitam. So, by Krishna said something. Okay? Etat vacham. So, this sandesh or whatever you have said just now. So, this was said, uttered by Sri Krishna with anger. But not as it is with anger, consciously it was said by Sri Krishna. And Gandivi, that is Gandivam Yasya Saha Gandivi, that is Arjuna. We have seen the story of Gandiva Dhanusha. Sarva Kshatra Vadhe. Sarva, all. So Kshatra means what? Kshatriya. Sarva Kshatra Vadhe. Sarvesham Kshatriyanam Vadhe. Vadhe means what? Vinashe. So in the destruction of all Kshatriyas, Gandivi Dhrutaha. Dhrutaha means what? Niyuktaha. Has been appointed. By whom? By Krishna. Iti Pashyami. So I can see aham iti avagacchami, that Arjuna has been appointed by God Sri Krishna in the destruction of all Kshatriyas, and this is the vacha, the sayings of Sri Krishna. Okay, it is in a fit of anger, but it is consciously that I know. Okay, so Krishna said this, but I know the future. So this is Utpreksha Alankar. Consciously in a fit of anger, if Sri Krishna has said this, then this is, I can see in the first hand this thing will happen. So we can find it out like Divya Drushti Sanjaya, he is narrating all these things to Dhritarashtra, and Dhritarashtra knows everything. So that way we can relate. Okay, as Mahakavi Bhasa, he is the creator that who tries to relate everything in such a mannerism. So Sarve means what? Those Dushasana, Duryodhan and Shakuni, as well as Dhritarashtra, they all are sitting. So Sarve, but not Dhritarashtra, others, all three persons. Aho Hasyabhidhanam. What a ridiculous message is this, this is. And so there, what this is, Ghatotkacha says, Kim etat hasyate, Kim etat hasyate. He is angry again now. Previously he was very modest, and even with this sentence also is very modest. And what you can say in a lenient basis, Kim etat hasyate. What's the point of laughing in this? I don't see anything wrong. Duryodhan etat hasyate. Oh, it is a matter of laughing that then he conveys. So what he conveys, that we'll see in the next session. So we'll stop over here, and in the next session we'll continue with all these things. Okay? Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.